Oh shit, my throat. Hi guys. Hold on while my computer shits itself a little bit. Let's put the volume up. Oh shit, my model died. Oh no! Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna have to restart Vtuber actually. Let's try that. Okay, hold on. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. Oops. There we go. In the meantime, I'm gonna figure out where I have to go for this. Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, I'm back. Hey there, Poppy, what's poppin'? Oh, I wasn't there for like a second, but I am here now. I had some technical difficulties that I had to fix. But, we're good now. Okay, let me close this stuff because I don't care about analytics. I keep shadow ghosting. I'm still gone? No, on my stream it's fine. I'm back. Hold on. Yeah. It's just a little delay. That's all. You can see I was AFKing. You can tell that I was AFKing at the island sanctuary. Just fixing some mic stuff, don't mind me. It's not picking up my mouth movements very well. I think it, hold on. I've been there too. Oh, you get it. There we go. But I get kicked out, yeah. Yeah, I was like, why are all these people just AFK outside the thing? And then when I AFK'd for the first time, I was like, oh, duh. My gear is just barely enough. Oh? Okay. Shizuka, I've made a breakthrough. After uncountable days and night, I finally hearkened to the crystal's whispers, and I must say... Professor Claudian, where are your manners? While I understand all too well your enthusiasm, I must remind you that even the most academically inclined prefer a composed recounting of events. Yes, of course. My apologies, Shizuka. Being consumed by my research for so long, I am afraid I have quite forgotten how to engage in civilized conversation. Ahem. In that case, perhaps you should start from the beginning. With the crystal set adrift upon the ethereal tides, containing the memories of a party yet unknown, they cried out for deliverance from Pandaemonium, where the ancients kept volatile creatures under lock and key. You yourself witnessed the power devouring the facility from within, and the advent of a divine monstrosity wrought of mythic beast and powerful mage. Fortunately, your martial prowess and the combined magical talents of your companions Themis and Erictonios was sufficient to restore order to the circle of Asphodelos. But the greater threat remains. In the depths of Pandaemonium, a presence yet stirs, its intentions and identity shrouded in mystery. That is the issue at hand, is it not? Since you returned to us, we worked tirelessly to discern the nature of the crystal. In the process, I detected an anomalous etheric signature, which I believe arose from the memories stored within. Analysis of this pattern suggested a feeling of loss or yearning, specifically, the yearning to be made whole. And indeed, ambient readings have revealed a faint but identical signature. This can only mean that another such crystal exists in our time. So, my friend, I must depart to search for it forthwith. By tracing the etheric signature to its source, I believe it will be a simple matter to find our crystal's twin. Professor, will this expedition be carried out by only us? Or will Shizuka grace us with her protection? I'm afraid she has more pressing matters to attend to, my dear Roshinad. Namely, to seek out the secrets which lie nestled within Pandaemonium, where this all began. From all that we've heard, it appears that time traversal from the Crystal Tower is not fluid. That is to say, one can but travel in predetermined intervals. It would be prudent to check in on occasion, in case there are any unanticipated changes. As for you, my loyal assistants, I would ask you to remain here and continue cataloging the ancient creations. You can't mean, do you intend to search for the crystal on your own? Why yes, that would be the most efficient use of resources, would it not? In fact, I have already commissioned a ship and pilot for that very purpose. I trust you to take good care of the laboratory in my absence. I apologize for that somewhat abrupt departure. When progress is in sight, Professor Claudian tends to become blind to all else. Indeed, and he has been worse than usual. While I cannot fault him for his excitement, I do wish he would spare a thought for those around him. For reasons unknown, the crystal seems loath to be overheard. Much as it spoke only to you last time, none but the professor has been able to capture its ethereal yearning, which has served only to convince him that he can solve this puzzle on his own. Surely after some time, he'll come to remember how valuable we are. The search for this crystal seemed to be a simple enough matter. Let him have his adventure, and upon his return, I'm sure he'll be back to his usual self. As for you, Shizuka, it may be best to return to Pandaemonium, as Professor Claudian suggested. Speaking of which, I did have a request of my own to make. Traveling to Pandaemonium requires you to pass through Elpis, correct? There was something I would have you investigate in my stead. That makes a lot of sense, yeah. While those creatures combined within Pandaemonium are considered to be failures, I doubt that's our whole story. Barring exceptional cases, they must have been under observation in Elpis before being consigned to their shackles. Aha! And if we know anything about the ancients, it's that they would have kept thorough records of the results. Ah, brilliant. Delving into these records may sound, but I fat-fingered. Well, there are no guarantees. It certainly beats the current strategy of rushing forward blindly with only your strength to carry the day. For your own sake as well as ours, please unearth what information you can. Alright, let's see what information we can get. There he is! Height difference. You seek records of the Pandaemonium's creations? Master Themis has just finished perusing the very same. I should not be surprised that we both arrived at the same conclusion. Luckily, I have saved you the trouble and gleaned what information I could. Ah, so you know each other. I was dreading having to once again scour the archives, but perhaps instead I'll rest for a spell. If there's nothing else, I shall take my leave. As should we, for I have done the warding sigil blocking the entrance to Abyssos. I came here merely to chase an idle suspicion while awaiting your return. Fortunately, while Pandaemonium's protective wards continue to be assailed by our unknown foe, there have been no fluctuations so great as to make me doubt Eriktonios' capacity to keep watch over Asphodelos while I'm away. He works diligently to master interment, that he might deliver the creations back to their cages by his own hand. I thought it best to give him time to hone his craft. Ah, that's a giant fucking... And since fate has brought us both here, I would ask you to accompany me while I attend to another matter. More idle suspicions that I would like to chase down. Rest assured, it shall not take long. I simply have a few questions to ask an acquaintance of mine. Come, he has agreed to meet us near the Neos to Pandaemonium. I'm so excited and nervous as to who it could be. It's gonna be someone who makes the Warrior of Light do the fucking angry step forward emote. Yeah. Angie. Only on a big frickin' dog am I near the same height as him. As I pondered our expedition into Pandaemonium, I could not help but be mystified by how strongly the warders we encountered fell for La Habrea, whether it be good or ill. I had to take a sip, sorry. Hesperos and Eriktonios were two sides of the same coin. The former looked to his mentor with absolute devotion, while the latter looks to his father with bald hatred. Oh, he's so cute. I would not expect a familiar such as you to understand this, but such extreme emotions toward a single individual are quite rare indeed. Naturally, I feel gratitude towards my mother and father, and yet we are all equals in the larger picture of the star. The view is not unique to myself. It is more or less accepted as the way of things. By contrast, the researchers of Pandaemonium seem to view La Habrea with a feeling approaching obsession. Whether driven by love or hate, they have all been drawn to him. There were many other aspects of the facility's particulars I found troubling besides. I decided the best course of action would be to go straight to the source and pose my questions to a member of the Words of La Habrea. My apologies. My apologies to have kept you waiting, Master Themis. I understand you are conducting an investigation of Pandaemonium and wish to know of its origins. Indeed. In particular, I wish to know why exactly Pandaemonium was built directly under Elpis. The facility is overseen by the worlds of La Habrea, after all. Why keep it so close to Elpis, whose governing body has no say in its day-to-day operations? At first I thought it to be simply a matter of convenience. Those creations which were deemed failures by the researchers of Elpis could be easily ushered into their new homes. Imagine my surprise when a trip to the archives revealed that many of the creations were sent from organizations beyond Elpis, including from the words of La Habrea themselves. Given this, albeit limited, information, I cannot help but feel that the Academia and Anider would have been a more fitting locale. What does Elpis have that cannot be found there? These are fitting questions, and ones we have asked ourselves many times in recent years. Alas, the nature of Pandaemonium's construction does not lend itself to relocation. When first it was built, circumstances weren't as they are now, and as you surmised, the majority of the creations kept within Pandaemonium were sent from Elpis, yet as the years passed, failures and creations deemed too flawed even to submit to Elpis paradoxically drew the attention of Pandaemonium's researchers. That is quite the change, and in fact it almost runs counter to the facility's original purpose. Who is it that decides which creations will be the subject of research? Master La Habrea. Such authority is reserved for the chief keyword, and he has taken it upon himself to step into that role. So, if Pandaemonium's resources were being misused, it would be under La Habrea's authority, correct? I know not what you're suggesting, but the keywords also hold some sway within this facility. Not even Master La Habrea would be free from their scrutiny. They are duty-bound to report any irregularities as soon as possible. Although I admit as of late their communication has been somewhat sporadic, we but recently received a report from one of the keywords stating that all is well within Pandaemonium's halls. Really? And you are certain that the keyword sent it? Yes, of course. Our communication suffered a temporary obstruction, but I can assure you that the words did their due diligence in confirming the identity of the sender. Thank you. This information will be helpful to my investigation. That will be all for my prying. Then I shall take my leave. While you are yet permitted to conduct your investigation freely, I must remind you that the warder's work is delicate, and it would be remiss to disturb them for longer than is necessary. La Habrea? Yeah. All is well. A blatant lie, and to that we can both attest. One of the remaining keywords is most certainly in league with the party behind this. Let us hurry. I know not why our adversary sent that report, but 'tis plain that we must return to Pandaemonium with haste. Well, my gear is shit, so, I've just barely made the cutoff. You need to be eye level 585 minimum. I cannot guess as to why this false report has arisen now, but it certainly bodes ill. As does the knowledge that our mysterious mastermind has at least one more keyword to puppet. Yeah, I freaking unsubbed in, March? And I only resubbed now. Regardless, they have tipped their hand, and we would be remiss to leave Erictonios at the mercy of their machinations. Let us hope no harm has befallen him. I haven't been able to play. Not quite. I've traced these sigils countless times, yet I still lack the strength to maintain the spell. And now time works against me. I can no longer be victim to my own ineptitude. What? Who goes there? What the fuck? There is something to be admired in such single-minded effort, even if your methods leave much to be desired. You allowed this familiar to catch you unawares. Have you set your sights so high as to forget you walk upon the earth? I know this creature, a familiar of the Phoenix. I'm not saying it, I'm not reading it the other way. But that monster is locked away. That is, in spite of the trouble I went to freeing it, I might add. Begrudge me for addressing you in this ill-fitting form if you must, but with control of Asphodelos wrested from my grasp, 'tis simply the best I can offer you. Hide if you will, but mark my words, I will find you and make you pay for the chaos you've sown. Now, there is no need for such hostility. A calm heart stays the course. The wisdom of La Habrea, your father. And how would you know what wisdom he speaks? I have heard those words many times. The scolding of a tutor whose student has struggled to grasp the most rudimentary lessons, seething with disgust. No. I've not told that to anyone, not even keyword Hesperos. That can only mean one thing. That you still insist on mocking me. Stop this farce, La Habrea! At last, you move to keep up. Pity that you remain behind nevertheless. What? As ever you are. Always you fail to learn, fail to understand, fail to act. And though fate deigned to offer an escape, you remain here. You are bereft of magical prowess and common sense both. But you need not despair. Dull though you may be, you are yet indispensable to Pandaemonium's great experiment. Ugh, there's the affection I remember. Tell me, did I ever once measure up to your expectations? You shall. Take pride in that, and rejoice to see your wish fulfilled. What? What wish? Come, and all shall be revealed. All this rage, this hatred, is but a consequence of ignorance. Our desires align more than you know. What are you? Uninvited guests join our reunion. It seems fortune no longer favors you. Do you think I have any interest in listening to your prattle, let alone bowing to your will? I am no longer a child, and my faith lies with those who have earned it. So these are the heroes who brought Hesperos low, even as power divine flowed through his veins. 'Tis plain there are worthier subjects to contend with. Just what was that familiar after? Thank you. If you had shown up even a moment later, I shudder to think what would have become of me. There's something I must tell you. I know who's behind this. There is but one person who can hold thrall over familiar, creation, and keyword alike. Eric Tonios seems to have quite the story to tell. Perhaps we should lend an ear? And so there can be but one conclusion. La Habrea was the driving force behind this chaos from the start. There is logic to that. There are few with the wherewithal to even consider experimentation on such a scale, let alone the capacity to create demigods from man and beast, with rest of us none the wiser. Considering the magnitude of his work with the convocation and the words, his relatively minor role as chief keyword comes under little scrutiny, even as it provides him the authority to wield dangerous magic. It may serve as veil and mantle both. Still, I find the notion hard to accept. The misdeeds perpetrated here could have not been done by the La Habrea I know. You have met him, yes? Do you think he is capable of this? La Habrea is capable of far more than you know. Is he? So you believe La Habrea to be a man of few scruples, if it brings his goals closer in reach. That alone should be enough, but let me assure you, La Habrea holds nothing so dear as his own ambition. While he may not be the one to let emotion stand in the way of his mission, I cannot believe that there are no depths to which he would not stoop. Although we met briefly, the impression he left on me stands in stark contrast to your evaluation. Though his methods are ever unorthodox, they seem guided by an understanding of what is just. There's one way to find out for certain. We delve deeper into Pandaemonium and pull back the curtain on this mystery ourselves. A wise course. I would not deny the truth if I saw it with my own eyes, even if it was discomforting to behold. Though we must move forward with no excess of caution, La Habrea, or whoever it is behind this, has likely spread their tentacles into every corner of Pandaemonium. We can safely assume the other keywords won't greet us with open arms. Agreed. Let us make our way through Abyssos, one careful step at a time. I shall stay by Erectonios' side in case our enemies think to target him again. Could I trouble you to take the vanguard? Thank you. As a precaution, I shall safeguard you with a simple spell. This will ensure that even should we become separated, my phantom warriors will still come to your aid. If it does come to battle, the keyword's magics will put us at a disadvantage again. Luckily, we have you to even the scales somewhat. I trust you shall be liberal with your weight. All right, we going. Hold on. Let's see my my currency. That's not my currency. Hopefully this should be fine. My spell speed is gonna be shit, but oh, I love this theme. What the fuck? You'll die, but it's okay. The fights are great. Oh, man. Yeah, I actually have, like, hold on, let me repair my gear. All things considered, it's just that I don't have augmented spell speed gear, so, you know. I could probably retrieve the materia from these and... I have a lot of spell speed. I'm leveling my black mage too? Nice. Ooh. Now I actually have some decent spell speed. Not great, but... Let me see how many frickin' totems I have. Oh, I only have 6? Fuck. I wouldn't have enough to get a weapon then. New tomes out, Clab. Nice. I really wish I could stay sub to the game. If I could get a new weapon, that would be good, but... I need to actually get the frickin' whatchamacallits. How many swords do I have? Let me see, actually. I have 9 swords. Oh, okay. Then I'll just do that. Right after this one. Yeah, I was pretty committed to the raid tier until I had to unsub. I do like raiding a lot. It's very fun. Wow, my foot fell asleep. Hey, what the fuck? You can't just kidnap me? That's rude. What? What? That's a... that is not a fucking cute carbuncle. Excuse me. Okay, I gotta say already, I like this theme way more. I'm in cutscene, asshole! I'm not skipping. Uh-oh. What is that, like a AoE? Yeah. That's easy. Come on. Oh my god, my foot fell asleep and my game's lagging to shit. Oh, okay. That's how it works. I'm curious as to what the spell stuff means. Like the little circles around their head. It looks like it'll be fun, yeah. Absolutely. Wait, you mean Savage isn't out yet? People already posted this. Oh. Yeah, the one. Oh my god, I love that. Savage for this tier, no? Oh, that's crazy because they already posted this. Oh my god, don't eat that. That's nasty, bro. You're gonna poop. Full normal is out though? Okay. Damn, that's a little disappointing then. At least I'll have more time to get somewhat decent gear. Yeah. I remember they did it last year, but not last year, last year, but I was like, wait. Oh. We'll have crafted and tomb. Yeah, I saw people running around with tomb with fucking crafted gear, so I was like, wait. I like this boss. Nearing the point where I will take commissions for someone if someone pays my Final Fantasy sub. Whew. I think Ruby Glow is actually the big hard-hitting one. Yeah, I only died once. That's an improvement. And it was mostly like a mental. I could read the mechanic very easily. It was just people were like walking back and forth, and I wasn't 100% sure. So that was what I was like. Wait, me wrong? He did it! Good job, Eric Tony. I'm probably just gonna pass on everything now and go and then redo stuff for because I don't know what I need. I might just go with crafted gear. No, I mean like I don't know what I need, and I need to look at the in-shop gear before I make any decisions, like what has spell speed, because I'm going back to speed mage. Crit Mage feels worse after the numbers squish, if I'm being honest. Like, and that's because they want you to really play it a different way for crit memes. Black mage, I mean. So this is where research is conducted on creations imbued with poisons and venoms. Erictonios and I were conveyed not far from here. It seems our foe is finding it more difficult to surprise us. That shot. Ooh! Ooh! That shot is kind of hot. I want to redraw that. Okay. Fortunately for you, since they appear particularly keen on to see you dispatched as quickly as possible. Even you alone are a force to be reckoned with. Part of me is glad that you emerged victorious, that I might observe you further. This is the hooded woman, right? I saw it on the thumbnails of the videos. Oh shit, no, it's just him! Were the circumstances different, I might thank you for keeping my son alive for this long. But I believe we can forego introductions. Unless I've misread you? Oh my god. He just shows himself. I'm all too familiar, Paragon. A charming appellation, but I'm afraid I hold no such position. No, I am La Habrea of the Convocation of the 14. If you truly are who you claim to be, then answer this question. That can wait. Damn, he just said fuck you. Ugh, what is this? No! Leave my boy alone! Now, this is curious. The trap I wove at your feet reacts to Aether, but you remain unaffected. Such thin Aether, and in an unfamiliar composition besides. It is no matter, I suppose. A more direct approach will beget the same results. I would advise you to think carefully before deciding your next action. Strike me down here, and Erictonios' wish shall remain unfulfilled. Never again shall he meet Athena. Mother? He would dare hide behind her name. Hold on. Sorry, Katsun just sent me a token of a character that made me, like, want to squee. But I didn't. I held it in for you guys because I'm so awesome. Listen well, Erictonios. We are of the same mind concerning your mother. You have your allies for protection, so what harm is there in hearing me out? He says while Themis is fucking shackled. Erictonios, wait! There is a question I must needs ask first. If you truly are La Habrea, why speak such blatant lies? Bitter in defeat, are we? Say my name. A simple request. Themis, was it? A trifle soon forgotten, as are you. I have my answer. The La Habrea I knew took pride in the convocation and would never suffer its denigration. Oh, I love him. You sully his station with this farce. Themis, what are you saying? La Habrea and I hardly saw eye to eye, but I know his voice when I hear it. Indeed, he makes a passing fine imitation in appearance and manner. However, the real La Habrea would never call me by the name Themis. A what? 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 What trouble have you gotten yourself into, Olympus? Imposter! You have no right to claim that form, that mask. Who? What? What? Who? Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of dark-skinned boys making their appearances right now. It was a mask that sickened me to wear. The mask of La Habrea, a man who values his position above all, who would murder his own wife in pursuit of duty. Yet you would assume my name and wield powers that are mine by right? Any worth you may have hinges on that which you so despise. Such trite provocations. I will not be goaded into finishing this ere my work is done. Erictonios, listen well. I am Hephaestos? Hephaestos, yeah. And it is I whom you should call father. What the what? What? This is beyond sus. It is among us. The imposter is among us. Actually, I'm your daddy. We would do well not to stand idle while our enemy is about. I believe an explanation is in order, Elidibus. Let us return to safety so you may provide it. Ah, that sounds more like the La Habrea I know. He's so cute. It's explained, but it's the theory I had. I mean, imagine the guy saying that and the guy who's supposed to be your dad, right? The guy who you think is your dad, at least, is like... And then he just doesn't say anything. He walks away. He refuses to elaborate. As La Habrea said, I am Elidibus, one of the convocation, an emissary of their will. For reasons that do not involve you, it was necessary to hide my deception while investigating this place. Still, that hardly excuses my deception. Can we say I know? Son, I am paying alimony. I know a thing or two about deception myself. That's how you know they only made one response. But his animation was probably different. He did a little eyebrow quirky and then smiled. It was cute. That is reassuring to hear. The burdens we bear are heavy enough without adding a grudge to their weight. In any case, we have pressing matters to attend to. Let us do as La Habrea suggested and return to the gates. We can speak there. Please, help him, save him. Elidibus. I'm not giving in to the meme. I love him. I love Elidibus. I love Themis. I want to give him a big ol' smooch on the mouth, but no. Nuh-uh. No bussy. As you are aware of by now, I am known as Elidibus. After my dear friend Azem and I detected irregularities in Pandaemonium. Oh man, that almost made me tear up a little bit. Oh my god. Oh, that made me tear up. I don't know why it did. Just thinking about the Elidibus trial. I am sure La Habrea is, as well, is eager to find out why I hid who I was, so I shall save that story for later. First, I would like to speak of you, my friend. Although neither Azem nor I had ever met you in the flesh, you came with her highest recommendation. That alone was enough for me to accept as an ally, and yeah. That somewhere in the world a guiding star so similar to herself was out there amused Azem to no end. There was not a shade of doubt in her heart that you would be a formidable ally. Furthermore, oh man, fuck. I had heard stories that Mistress Vanat, who had held the position of Azem previously, journeyed with a familiar much like yourself, that made the decision to trust you all the easier. She, too, now dons the white robes and advisor. If she placed her absolute faith in you, I knew I would be in capable hands. Aware though I was of the path you had walked, I had no interest in exposing you. I merely wanted to meet you, to travel by your side for a while. I may know but a small portion of your whole story, but that is enough for me to believe you would never leave me astray. I wanted to tell you that. No tears, I'm trying. Man, I love this game so much. No, you can't play the fucking theme. Oh man, hold on. Okay. I don't know how long it's been since we last spoke, La Habrea, and truth be told, I had hoped we would never meet again. But I see now that I was a fool to think that I would ever escape your meddling. Just what is that thing that called himself La Habrea? And why is he the spitting image of your younger self? I find it hard to believe you've only just now found out such a being was wreaking havoc in Pandaemonium. Did you think matters would simply sort themselves out? Humph. I suppose you deserve at least a cursory explanation. I was well aware of the anomalies occurring within Pandaemonium, including the fact that Azem and Elidibus had taken upon themselves to investigate. I saw no reason to insert myself into the situation for a time that was. Imagine my surprise when, instead of a formal report from you and yours, I received the communications from one of the keywords stating that research and operations were proceeding as usual. While Hephaestus' deception was almost child in its simplicity, it became plain to me that your grasp on the situation was slipping. So you knew of his existence from the beginning? I can hardly imagine that you would suffer another to masquerade as one of the convocation. Not without good reason, at least. As you well know, the name La Habrea is but a marker of my station. 'Tis not the name I was born with. Hephaestus has claimed that for himself. I cannot fault him for it, as he is my other half in a manner of speaking. He knows that all I know. He knows all that I know, my equal in every way, yet within his heart is naught but greed, envy, and desire, all the emotions that we are loath to acknowledge within ourselves. If what you say is true, what purpose would such a being serve? He is the product of experimentation gone awry. A reminder of the days when I was yet young and reckless. I thought him sealed away for good, but it seems time has a way of unearthing stuff. When he spoke of my mother, he looked at you with venom in his eyes, blamed you for her death. Tell me, was he right to do so? His words were but the ramblings of a tortured mind. The hate and despair he endures has warped his view of the world irreparably. And now that he has awakened, he must be put to rest. If he succeeds in breaching Pandaemonium's protective wards, he shall invite disaster unto our star. As chief keyword, it is my duty to decide the proper course of action. As such, I declare that all research shall be summarily abandoned and the facility destroyed. What? You would leave the other warders to their doom? It is a choice befitting La Habrea. Do you disagree? I'm crying again now, man. Fucking level Oedipus. I love the ancients, even Laha, even more after this raid. I understand. You speak of duty, and ours is to guide our star and the inhabitants upon the correct course. It is no surprise that you would choose annihilation of Pandaemonium, if its existence posed even the remotest risk to our people. Yes, as you can see by Erictonios' response, the decision is somewhat more nuanced than that. Azem and I grappled with this conundrum for some time, in fact. That is precisely why I chose to involve myself directly. It was the only way I could truly determine the best solution. And you need not trouble with yourself with that further. The chief keyword must prevent the worst from occurring, no matter the cost. Your feelings, Elidibus, are of no consequence. Have you taken even a moment to consider another path? No! You've spared nary a thought aught but for yourself and your duty. You have no idea of the trials we've endured, the foes that Shizuka has stood against. Shizuka, is it? A being of such aether as I have never seen. What are you? She is the guiding star that shall lead us safely through this. Thanks to her stout arm and steadfast courage, we have subdued the mythic creations and returned them to their cells. Speaking of which, I would hear your opinion, Shizuka. As outsiders, we are in a unique position to look upon circumstances with our vision unclouded by attachment. Agreed. We still know next to nothing about Hephaestus, and I highly doubt La Habrea has been forthcoming with the truth. But we've managed to regain control of Asphodelos. He must be made to see that there's merit in continuing on this path. I have it. Speak in your official capacity as Elidibus the Emissary. Judge which approach is more sound, and even La Habrea would be compelled to listen. As Elidibus, I am duty-bound to assess the matter from a position of impartiality. My opinion as Themis can carry no weight. You understand what that means, yes? I do. Even so, you've walked with us all this time, seen what we've seen. Based on that alone, I trust that you'll find the best way forward. Very well, then in my capacity as the emissary, I shall state my choice. At present, there are merits in both destroying Pandemonium outright and in taking time to rescue its researchers. And yet neither is yet an impossible task. Therefore, I judge that the most measured choice would be to continue upon our present course. We delve into Abyssos, interring any mythic creations we encounter along the way. You have yet to witness Shizuka's might and Erichtonios' resolve. I would ask that you see our capabilities firsthand, and only then decide if our endeavor is futile. If such is the will of the emissary, then I shall obey. However, if indeed I find your strength to be lacking, I trust there will be no objections to the immediate destruction of Pandemonium. You needn't worry about that. We won't fail. You are bolder than I remember. That's a fucking good line, holy shit! That made me laugh. And you're even more tedious than I remember. Shizuka, come find me when you're finished. Erichtonios is understandably frustrated, but if we are to conquer Abyssos, we must go forth with clear friends. Pray lend an ear to his troubles, that their weight might be lightened. He's a boulder? He do be a boulder. Is it bad that I really like this aesthetic? Also, I'm gonna be right back 1 second. Hold on. Alright. I am back to take a bathroom break. Not really, it's a nice one in regards to aesthetic. I like it. Let's go help Eric Tony sort out his fifis. You do have my gratitude, ill-fit as I am to show it at the moment. Without your words to sway him, La Habrea would have carried out his plan without a second thought. When at first we realized the creations had slipped their bonds, the other keywords did all in their power to restore order. Even though they could have chosen escaped, they remained to aid their allies. I'm certain not a soul among them would wish to see this facility erased from the world, and they don't deserve to be abandoned for simply carrying out their duty. And besides, Hephaestos have secrets yet untold. Secrets that would be buried if Pandaemonium were reduced to rubble. I mean to uncover the truth behind his words. The truth of my mother. While La Habrea was quick to dismiss his claims, I failed to see what Hephaestos would gain by fabricating such a story. All I was told of my mother's death was that she perished in an accident. No one would say more. It was almost as if they had feared saying more, in fact. Even if it was not La Habrea that dealt the fatal blow, we've seen with our own eyes how quickly he can condemn others to die. I only wish to know at last what befell her. What do you think, Shizuka? Does the La Habrea you know have any regard for the lives of others? Or will he carry out his duty with another's blood on his hands? Honestly, I have no idea what he might be like. This age? Just how long has it been since you last met? Regardless, I'd like you to try and view him as he is now. Another opinion would be much appreciated. But it is plain there is much to consider. Thank you, Shizuka. It's easy for me to get carried away by emotion where he's concerned. We should focus on the task at hand, proving to La Habrea that we are capable of saving Pandaemonium and its keepers. The most convincing way to do that would be to gain control of Abyssos. Yeah, he's before everything. Yeah, I mean, it's like the other two options are also like, you know, him after the fact, and it's like, we really don't have anything to go on, you know? Although I'm loath to admit it, he would know more about those depths than any of us. And seeing as we require every advantage we can afford, Shizuka, would you speak to him for us? He seems to have a special interest in your capabilities, and may deign to help at your suggestion, if only to see what you can do. Still having a pout. It's okay. He's allowed to have a pout. Erictonius appears to have a deep trust in you, and Elotibus tells me you share some relation to Azem. Your unusual aether does not mark you as a familiar. It is unlike anything I have seen, even among the countless concepts I have observed. To think that I would encounter an existence I could not create by my own hand, Azem never ceases to surprise. Hand on hip! The previous Azem was much the same, and taking the entirety of the star into consideration, she came to hold dear emotions and people that a more logical mind would have discarded. This made her act in her own self-interest more often than not. just as you and Elidibus have conducted yourselves in this matter. The true danger of Azem's nature is its tendency to infect all those she comes into contact with. Ahmet Selk said much the same. Trust that I should do naught that would violate my duty. Sorry, that was fucking funny. Also, I'm dying. And yet you so frivolously invoked your authority as an emissary to justify this little excursion. I've been trying to catch one of your streams for the longest time. Hi, Endymius. Endymius? Oh my god, I fucked up your name probably. Oh crap. I'm sorry. You came during my coughing fit. Hello, welcome to the stream. How are you? But I kept getting caught up with stuff. Don't worry about it. You don't ever feel obligated to come watch one of my streams. And if you're like really want to watch it, you can always check out the VODs. That's one thing I like about YouTube. You pronounced them more or less correct? Okay. It matters little, however. Only your deeds can speak for you now. You wish to know more of Abyssos, I take it? Although I no longer have control over many of its functions, I can yet sense what creations lie within. The chief keyword's reaches far indeed. Well then, what do we have to look forward to? I sense no creations of note. Perhaps they've been made into fodder for experimentation, or perhaps they've been transferred to the deeper circles. Yet Hephaestus would never allow you safe passage. He has left a trial for you to overcome. I speak of Hegemon, keyword of Abyssos. Although her presence is stained with marks of corruption, it is unmistakable. I knew her as a woman gifted in magic and blessed with a highly logical mind. While I can sense those qualities within her still, there's something else at work. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say that's because she's already been twisted into a Hemitheos, doubtless against her will. Shizuka. Themis, we must rescue her from that cruel fate. And if we cannot, we can at least steal her away until we find a means to undo the damage. Your allies make you bold, Derictonios. I very much look forward to seeing how far they carry you. He's so mean! Stop being so mean! Themis and the Warrior of Light are just like, ugh. Ugh. Do you like MMOs? Yeah. I would say I only play Final Fantasy XIV and Ragnarok Online, though. I tried Final Fantasy XI, but with the current private servers, I don't know, I wasn't really enjoying myself. Maybe if there was a private server with a little bit more active population. Alright. Let's go into the 6th circle. Wait, actually, before we do that, wait. I gotta go to... Excuse me, we need to go to Razzle Dazzle. So that way we can get a higher level weapon for ourselves. Lahaz being a student. I don't know if it's necessarily a tsundere, it's like just being rude. Because he's rude like that. It's not even that late, and it's already lagging for me. He's just a little rude, okay? And that's just how he acts. Funny enough, me and my friends were talking about Final Fantasy XIV, and one of them actually bought it. Do you mean 11? I heard it was a good game, but it's very old. So yeah, basically there were a lot of aspects of Final Fantasy XI that I really liked, but hold on. I don't know why it's not tracking my mouth well. I think it's because I move my mouth too little, but that's okay. Yeah, because Final Fantasy XIV is very new. Who do I talk to for, Here we go. Okay, now let's get ourselves a nice 590 weapon. Blind. I know my inventory is a mess, don't look at me. Don't at me. Oh wait, I put in my inventory, I'm dumb. Here we go. Wow, look at how much that level's increased. And I got, wow, 1000 HP for that. Final Fantasy XIV came out, but yes. I mean, yeah, it's an old game, but like, it's very recent in the sense that it got new DLC. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm playing now. That UI looks complicated? No, it's one of the easier ones, easier jobs for me at least. Like, I only use like, not all of these buttons, like this is just AoE stuff, rotation stuff. And also I keep a lot of my, the lower spells that you don't actually need. Like, you don't need Blizzard. It's a lot of options. I mean, trust me, this is on the lesser end of stuff, of hotbar stuff. All right, let us head back to Elpis, and let's go have a little fly over there and then do the next raid fight. But yeah, I like I like Final Fantasy XIV. If it wasn't, I would stay sub to it more often if I could. Final Fantasy XI, I liked a lot of some of the things, but the grind felt way too slow for me. And Ragnarok Online is fun, but I'd like to cast a glamour on you. That works, yeah. Thank you. Okay. I like Ragnarok Online. Basically the one thing I don't like about Final Fantasy XI, at least in regards to spellcasting, because I play I love spellcasters, they're what I play primarily. You have to like go through a menu to click everything, and I really don't like that kind of stuff, if I'm being honest. Not a fan. Alright, let's go back to Pandy. If this is your second Final Fantasy XIV stream and you're doing the DLC, this isn't really like, I mean, yeah, but I've streamed Final Fantasy on other accounts before, and this is just me kind of streaming it for fun. I'm not really trying to do a let's play of it or anything like that. It's my second, I should clarify, it's my second Final Fantasy XIV stream on this channel. Because I've used, I used to stream on Twitch for a long time, but I stopped and I switched here. I usually play Final Fantasy XIV off stream because kind of takes a lot on my computer's end, and you'll kind of see when I do stuff that it's a bit laggy. So like when I'm doing, generally when I'm doing content, I want to just play it on my own and enjoy it. But I had some friends who wanted to see me do the new raids, and I wanted to do the new raids, so I figured to stream it. There we go. Got my beautiful resistance weapon that I went so freaking hard to get last time. Let's talk to our good friends, Bread, Timmy, and Tony. Hegemon was a woman of reason and logic. She would never be swayed by Hephaestus' wretched schemes. I hope she was not made to suffer over much. Alright. Now we are saving the beautiful babe from her fate. Oh fuck, she's cute. Oh, I love her. this remix. Oh, come on. Bad game. The music, man, it's good. Stop making me move! It's so rude! I mean, actually, I should just stand in the center here. So that way I can inch. Is this song on Spotify? No, they don't release the songs until way after. What does this do? Okay, they're... Oh, okay. Oh! That's my bad. Okay. Oops. Oops. I did not realize it was facing Cleaves. I just fucking murked that guy. I'm scared how this is gonna function in Savage. Oh no. Okay. Not sure what's going on. Okay. Oh. Well, I'm gonna die, so... Goodbye, bye. Oh, I'm alive! Base healers. So, generally AoE markers like that, usually that means bad. That's no good. You'll see like when I was getting hit by the thing, everybody did markers that pointed out. Those are bad. Then if you get hit by those, you get a vulnerability stack, which is what I have. So, yeah. So, what? Oh, she's gonna swap. Okay, well, I'm gonna just copy where everyone else is going because I don't want to think. Yeah, so buffs are here, debuffs are here, so like the vuln stacks are bad. And this is the stuff we put on the boss. So I hit it with an addle, so physical and magical damage are reduced. You obviously want to keep attacking while the boss does mechanics that you try to avoid. So you want to stand here because it'll be safe. Holy shit, I almost got owned. I fucking hate spinning casts so much as a black mage. It is the worst thing in the world because if you notice when I'm pressing buttons, everything has a cast time. The only thing that doesn't have a cast time is Xenoglossy. And things that when you see their proc, they have the little funny thing on the side. That means that they're instant cast. Everything else has to be cast manually. So stuff that makes me have to move a lot is no bueno. Okay, so I'm first this time. Okay, I can see the appeal. Yeah, it's like very fun, very fast-paced stuff. And like being able to figure out the tells and knowing what you have to do is what makes it really fun. So like what people like to do is Savage, which is like the fight but way more difficult. Don't rescue me! They also rescued me into the wrong spot. Healers can do a spell called Rescuing where they can pull somebody anywhere they can pull someone towards them. It's bad. Don't do that. If you do that, you suck and you stink. And you're smelly. Also, John, if you're still here, did we do this to Sparrows? Did we actually steal him or did we just kill him outright? I feel like we just killed him. Interesting way to troll someone? Yeah. Anyways, we're not gonna worry about rolling for loot right now. Just doing the fights, getting the story, getting the good stuff. Interesting way to troll someone. We didn't kill him? That makes sense. If we did, I just don't remember at all. So my brain is like, did we kill him? Yeah, so rescue can like actually be used in situations where like a sprout doesn't know what they're doing, like a new player doesn't know what they're doing. But it can be used to troll people and like pull them into AoEs, pull them off edges, etc. We've won. The keyword is sealed away and alive this time. Okay, No, wait. I'm finger wagging. Hold on. Alive this time makes it sound like we fucking killed his sparrows. I'm looking this shit up now. Didn't we seal him? This is important for lore. Okay, it doesn't say. Guess we'll have to go back and find out. Well, Hebrea can't deny us now. Oh, he doesn't know. Our plan was a success, although I hardly need to tell you that. Hegemony has been sealed away, and now you have no choice but to admit the merit in our methods. You have the right of it. I am not so petty to deny the achievements of those I've squabbled with, no matter how strongly we disagree. Smug. Moreover, this being, either as thin as retreating mist, unable to wield creation magics, yet powerful enough to subdue a Hemitheos, has made this ordeal far more interesting. Oh no! Now we're his fucking... Now he's gonna wanna experiment on us. Then we have leave to continue? As for that, there is one among you whose very presence put the others at risk. 'Twould be best to proceed without him, for failure would have consequences that reach far beyond Pandaemonium. And of whom do you speak? Of Demas. Oh. A warder who cannot even conduct his duty without aid. In this place, hope alone is not enough to overcome what awaits you. A single misstep will send all to their doom. Oh my god, he's deep breathing! So long as we each do our part and look to the allies by our side, even a neophyte can upraise his companions. That's something that Shizuka and Themis taught me. While I do not wish to express any bias, I am inclined to agree. If my investigation has made anything clear, it is that we are together greater than the sum of our parts. And hope has brought us this far. It drives us to seek the right path, and to act before that path lies closed to us. Then tell me, what is it you hope for? To see Hephaestus and change. I keep changing his name every 5 seconds. That's the surest way to prevent further sacrifices. I'm aware that destroying Pandaemonium would rid us of him, but the cost is far too great. And I admit, I wish to know how he means to resurrect Athena. And there we have it. You must leave this place at once, and do not think to set foot in Pandaemonium again. I'm not really a fan of MMOs unless it appeals to me greatly, like TOF. I don't like gacha MMOs. I only play one gacha, and it's mostly for the raid aspects than the actual gacha aspect. You are capable, that is plain, yet Hephaestus can not be suffered to live, and I shall not allow his talk of resurrection to poison mine or anyone else's mind. Life flows in a cycle, this is known. All souls return to the underworld, and Athena's is no exception. She has likely found a new vessel, and a new journey to embark on. For Final Fantasy XIV, the story is what draws people the most. Yeah, the story is definitely the best part. You cannot be ignorant to the folly of Hephaestus' words. Even were you to breathe life into a body, the soul contained within would not be your mother's. What if our knowledge is imperfect? What if Hephaestus has discovered something that no one else has? No, dog, come on. He knows all that you do, understands the bitter reality of the world. He wouldn't pursue the impossible. Dog, come on. Think, Erictonios, think! I have already explained that he is merely my twisted reflection. Is it worth bringing back your mother if it means others are used and discarded like tools? Yes. Is it worth it to see her once more? Now you measure the worth of your colleagues' lives? What was that foolish braying about saving them? Merely a performance to hide your childish devotion to your mother? Please, such barbs will get us nowhere. Can we please stop infighting, please? You would call me fool? You who murdered your wife in service of your ambition? For the sake of the star, no doubt. I can hear it again, that voice inside my head. I know who to follow. Hephaestus. Father. Mother. Oh, I love... What? I love you so, and this voice will guide me to you. No. Listen not, Eric. Oh my god, is that Athena? Apologies. You taught me that a calm heart stays the course, but I could never even grasp the rudder. No! No, Eric, Tony, no! This was your fault, motherfucker! This was Hephaestus' work, there can be no doubt. It seems he learned from his previous failure. This is your fault, motherfucker! You did this! I will say, though, the main drawback with Final Fantasy is the reoccurring subscription. In the past, I didn't mind, but nowadays it is... I can't justify spending the money for it. Hephaestus is cunning despite his warped mind. Whatever took hold of Erictonios, it made short work of his reason. From the moment he laid eyes upon me, I could sense his hatred and rage simmering below the surface. It was but a matter of time until it spilled forth, and that was when he fell into the spell's embrace. A magic woven with such skill that Erictonios himself failed to notice until it was too late. If this is the measure of Hephaestus' power, then the other keywords had little chance to resist it. We saw his work during our encounter with Hesperos. Doubtless, Hephaestus' magic fed his admiration and envy until there was room for naught else in his heart. And there was something else besides. Did you not feel the presence of another? As I thought, someone was trying to warn Erictonios, but whom? Could it have been one of the keywords? Alas, their warning arrived too late. I had already provoked Erictonios past the point of no return. I bear the burden for this failure. In my stubbornness, I could but scorn the boy, and Hephaestus knew that. And now I dread to think of the ordeal that awaits him due to my rashness. See? I told you, he's not being a tsundere. He's just rude like that. I give him... The Warrior of Light gives him a fucking angry pout. There is time yet to save him. We can easily regain control of Abyssos, giving us a firm foothold from which to brave Pandemonium's lowest level. The enemy is within reach. Fist. Just as with Hesperos, Erictonios is in danger of being consumed by Hephaestus' spell. However, I have faith that he will not easily lose sight of himself. The way forward is clear. Lahabrea, pray tell us all you know of what we shall find beyond Abyssos. I can only assume one more keyword lies in wait. The deepest level of is called Tartaros, and your passage shall be challenged not only by a keyword. Hephaestus have laid traps in every corners of its halls. You have no hope of surviving far beyond past the threshold. That, as I expect, where Shizuka will shine. Her dissolute aether shall allow her to slip through the traps unimpeded. We saw it when Hephaestus has had no effect, and doubtless even he has yet to devise a countermeasure. Then time is of the essence. Hephaestus is already well aware that you can match a keyword in battle. He will not stand idle while you stroll past his other defenses at your leisure. I agreed, however, clarity will be indispensable to our success, and I'm afraid I must insist upon it ere we depart. Yeah, fucking tell us what happened to his mum. Tell us what happened. Oh, that too. We have yet to discern to what end Hephaestus would use Erichtonios. If you know, I would ask that you enlighten us. And then there was the matter of Athena. Yes, thank you! Why do you so fiercely rebuke Erichtonius' feelings for his mother? While I understand the very thought of resurrecting the dead is anathema, you act as if grief over her passing should be equally so. How are we to grapple with what plagues our friend and drives our foe if you refuse to acknowledge it? I do acknowledge it. I wish only to spare those that feel it still greater pain. And so you drove your own son over the edge. How dare you? I'm fucking right, bitch. Yeah, exactly. No, you are right. The blame for Erichtonios' fate rests squarely on my shoulders. Very well. I shall lay bare the truth, but only after the foe before us has been laid low. The remaining keyword is Agdistis. She has served in Pandaemonium since its inception, and her affinity for magic is peerless, even among the keywords. Hephaestus knows that losing her would mean the end of his experiments. He has hidden her in a space unreachable by conventional means. But your presence makes mockery of such barriers. The scarcity of your aether means it will be trivial to send you directly to Agdistis. These names are fucking whew. We shall approach as closely as caution will allow. We know where the battle will commence, so I do not anticipate difficulty in detecting your presence. From afar, I shall do my best to provide you with ground on which to fight and phantom allies to aid you. As for the internment, I have yet to think of a foolproof method. Interment shall not be necessary. Pout. I only played Final Fantasy 12 and 15? I'm bad at Roman numerals. From here I can sense Agdistis' essence, but is scarcely recognizable. Hephaestus was more ambitious with her than he was with hegemony. She has been transfigured such that barely a scantling of herself remains. We can but take comfort in what a mercy the underworld will be to her. Oh, here we go. We got the fucked up monster girls now. We got the real fucked up ones now. I haven't played, this is the only Final Fantasy game I've played besides trying 11. To deliver her soul from suffering, and bring Erictonios to safety. You must face your most daunting foe yet. That's what the stage looks like. I'm curious to see what kind of creature she looks like. I've played 1, 2, 3, going to 4 and 14. Nice. Are you planning on playing through all of the games, John? Yes, nice. I like knowing what made this series. That's fair. Do I put on a fucking my summer plate? Where is she? I don't know where she is actually. There she is. Should I going on a fucking summer trip to hell? I'm thinking I do. Let's fuck around with C-pose. Drip? Yeah! It's the new, it's the summer event outfit, which is surprisingly really nice. Trying to find a good... I like the heels. They're very, unique. Okay. The dripping. The rising is out, by the way. You can get the minion. The rising? What do you mean? What's the rising? Brett, Tia, no. No, no! Alright. I really want to see what she looks like. Oh, anniversary. Okay. Oh, no! Oh, no! Okay, I get why he wanted to kill her now. Is this what became of the keyword? How dreadful. Yeah, I get it now. If you will not leave... Okay. Whew. That's a get in, yeah. I've gotten really lucky, not gonna lie. Okay, that's a... I thought that was a knockback for a hut. I do require more room for heroics. Thank you. Okay, so that is the raid. Oh my god, it's a bleeding one. Cool boss fight? Yeah! Alright, let's be careful. They're spawning funny eggs. Oh, I wasn't... There we go. I'm in range now. That fight is gonna be E11S all over again? Yeah. Oh! That was my bad. I didn't see the other one coming. I really like this theme. I fucked up. It's okay. I think I forgot to, I keep forgetting to weave, I keep forgetting I need to weave a swift cast into my opening. That's my bad. Bros, don't interrupt my cast. That's so rude. Oh, I forgot to frickin'... Great, let's not fuck up. This is a safe spot. Fuck yeah! Easy! Oh god, okay. Whew. That one key on your keyboard is suffering? Yeah. This is what I mean by it. This class is not that much going on because it's... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well... because you just, this class is literally just you cast fire 4. You do it good, okay? You press the fire 4 button a lot. That's why I like this class, because it's easy. I mean, it's not easy, but it's easy. In general, I usually like... Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't fucking die. No! I like any class that involves magic. In general, I just like ranged classes. I've always liked the whole DPS meme. Oh. I'm fucking dumb. I'm dumb. Okay, hopefully let's not... Is there no healer? We have 2 healers. Those are the green guys. The way that healing works in this game is that the reses have cast times, so you know, I'm just not gonna think about that. So this swift cast button, you can use people to res them. You can use swift cast as instant cast. Next spell's cast immediately. But it's only once a minute, so basically... should I grade this? Fuck yeah. Oh my god. Or you have light speed, yeah. Well, I'm okay. Please. My cast got cut off. Fuck. Okay, there we go. Wasn't so bad. Wow. The one time I was like, wow, I'm sure everyone else is gonna be on their funny little outfits. Everyone else is actually wearing proper gear. Bit embarrassing, but whatever. We had a dancer? I didn't even see that. I wasn't paying attention. The moment Agdistis was slain, the flow of Aether and Pandemonium focused keenly on this location, creating a tunnel of sorts through which we could quickly convey ourselves. 'Twas almost as if we were ushered here. This space was created with care and concealed with powerful wards. Only a key ward would have been able to detect it, and even then with great difficulty. Ergo, Angie. Oh no, she's dead. If only I could restore Tartaros to order. But I am afraid this is the most I can manage with such power as remains to me. It has been too long, Master La Habrea. Likewise, keyworded Agdistis. I should not be admonished you were able to break free of Hephaestos' spells, even diminished as you were. 'Twas not an easy task, even with your aid. His curses dig into one's heart, creating a storm of emotions that is all too easy to become lost in. Only by chance did a fragment of myself remain, illuminating a path through the madness. And thus I am able to appear you before now. Even while my body was powerless to resist Hephaestos' commands, some small part of my logical mind stood alone in defiance. It even managed to speak to the outside world. The report, that was you. Doubtless you recognize my voice from the many times I have called out to you. The hope that those pleas would not fall on deaf ears was all that kept me from succumbing to hopelessness. But I have a greater purpose here than simply saying my farewells. There is something you must know, that the tragedies of the past do not repeat in the present. From what I've been able to pick up so far, the story does seem interesting. Yeah, I would highly, highly recommend Final Fantasy XIV, like, to play for the story. Even if you don't, like, you play the game and, like, you subscribe to play, like, through the story, and that's it, and you unsub when you're done, and you only resub to play story, that would be perfectly fine, because the game is freaking awesome. Forgive me what I'm about to do, Master La Habrea, but the story must be told. 'Tis the only way to understand Hephaestus' fixation on Erictonios. You can try it for free. You can also try it for free, yes. No longer can you hide your heart away. Hephaestus? No. The mask marks him as La Habrea. Since one of my friends actually bought the game literally yesterday, he got a 30 free... Yes, the 30-day free trial is pretty good. I would definitely recommend it. Let me know what you think, because it's really good. The beginning is definitely, like... you can tell when the game came out that it was a little still rough around the edges, but then you can play free as well up through the first expansion, which is where it gets chef's kiss, really good. Master La Habrea had brought an end to Lady Athena's life and sealed away a part of his emotions and memories within Hephaestus. These are my recollections of the moments following. And you truly have no intention of revealing the truth to Erictonios? My lesser half is buried where none can find it. We would be wise to do the same with our memory of this day. Blood should not sway the spirit so, but Athena's teachings have warped the boy. I fear he would see our star burn to keep his mother safe. Erictonios believes that he feels love, but he is shackled by dependence. He could not bear the truth. His dependence makes it all the more important to be open with him. He will seek answers about his mother's loss, which shall inevitably lead him to you. Are you willing to accept the blame for Athena's death? Are you willing to accept your son's hatred? If that is what comes to pass, then so be it. Better to be burdened with hatred than the knowledge that Athena thought his body and soul mere tools, to be used and discarded. Even were I to tell him what his mother plotted, he would ever seek reasons to believe that the true fault lies with me, or with him. Should he merely hate me, he will remain unfettered by doubt, free to serve the star far from his parents' shadow. What the fuck? No! Don't make me cry for the Tony! Erictonios loved his mother more than life itself, and yet, what a dreadful truth you've borne all this time. Such is La Habrea's nature. Every action, every word a solution to life's great dilemmas, and none to spare for his own. What I have revealed to you is but a small portion of a larger picture. I shall leave it to La Habrea to paint the rest for you. And for Erictonios, I hope. Thank you, Agdistus. I've always admired you, you know. What choice did I have when you sacrificed so much to guide our star to the heavens? Oh, a little bit of implication. A little bit. Hephaestus doubtless has sensed his final keyword has fallen. We should return to the surface before he moves to strike us here. Oop, that was a bad transition. If we are to face him, we must be prepared to bring our full strength to bear. Agdistus was ever a bold woman, even in her final moments, that she would unearth the secrets of my past for all to look upon. Still, full glad am I that she faced you as her last opponent. I could think of none more worthy to send her soul off to the other side. Yeah, okay, buddy. Sorry, got distracted. The vision you saw told the story far more eloquently than I ever could. Athena was consumed by her research, and was willing to sacrifice her own child if it hastened her progress. She did not offer him a position here out of a sense of love or pride. 'Twas merely because she knew he would be the most pliable test subject. I see now why you hid the truth from him. I cannot say with certainty that Erictonios could handle the weight of such a betrayal, after holding his mother on a pedestal for so long. Unfortunately, it seems not even her death has ensured his safety. Hephaestus has taken up Athena's research, and succeeded in creating hemitheoi. Those are basically all of the human-like creatures we faced. I know not what his ultimate end is, but this plane is connected with the resurrection of Athena. That knowledge alone is sufficient to direct our next course of action. As for the rest of your story, we shall hear it after we have turned Erictonios to safety, in accordance with Agdis's last wish. Very well. I can at least assure you that finding him shall prove relatively simple now that Hephaestus can no longer bend Pandaemonium to his will. There is but one place left for him to hide. We can assume that Hephaestus will offer fierce resistance. I must focus my every effort on securing a safe means of approach. Pat, pat. Now, Habrea, I would ask that you assume the duty of summoning Shizuka's phantom warriors. I have no objections. My ability to fight within Tartarus would be greatly diminished in any case. However, I wish to deal the final blow to Hephaestus myself. There is no need to dirty your hands with such a deed. I take it, then, that you have no intent to steal him away as before. The presence I felt when I encountered Hephaestus bore little resemblance to the entity I created. By his own hand, it has become something far more wicked, and the same magics that once shackled him may very well shatter before the power he wields. On my pride as a researcher, I am loath to repeat the same mistake twice. I would not see the events play out again, and so he must be extinguished. I can't read. Well then, I shall open the way forward. May we finish this together. Hoo hoo hoo! We are doing the 8th circle! Alright, guys. Let's do this. Oh man, we're gonna be here a while. Alright, let's head back to Old Shirley, and I'm probably gonna set that as my home point. Because I need to take a look at crafted gear prices. I'm stuck loading!
エリクトニオスの心はすでに我が手中にある。あとはお前たちを消し去るのみだ。
Oh my god! Wait! Wait! You can't make him hot? Wait! Perfect imperfection. So yeah, I don't know if you were actually there, but basically, this guy is a clone of sorts, an experiment that he did of himself. Hey, so funny you say that, because the other boss is literally like a love letter. Literally a love letter to Castlevania. I can do him after this actually, so you see what it looks like. Oh my god, I love him. Oh, I'm so good. A miserable little pile of secrets. Oh, I love this theme. It's not as good as... Oh, well. Oops. That one I saw. In, right? Yeah. Phoenix is in, the other one is out. I didn't... Dragon? Oh my god, help, 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 help! I'm a little baby! Oh no, he became sewage. Oh! Kind of base though. Oh god. Okay. Complete the pacha. Complete the square. So you see it's going that way. That means this exit part is gonna be safe. That means in, because it's Phoenix. Owie, I'm a little baby, don't hit me so hard. This is those two squares are dangerous. Okay, I remember what to do this time. You gotta go back and forth. You gotta do a funny little dance. See? Gotta keep moving. Oh god, okay. Oh no! I don't know how the fuck I lived through that. Ah! I'm gonna die now. Oh god. Ready? Let's get that sprint button on. We did it! 3D Toho, but not as hard. Out. I forgot. We did it! The chain of events that led to this moment began with my error, when out of mercy I confined you here. Now I break it, and leave no trace of you behind. This is not over! I see you will not go peacefully. Even a cast-off would uphold his pride, though such an impulse must speak to the overwhelming arrogance of my other half. The name Hephaestus should grow to eclipse yours. None shall remember the deeds of La Hebrea once I fulfill Athena's ambition and bring Eryctonios' dream to life. You speak as if you care a whit for the boy. Why then do you cower behind him? There are some desires which must not be realized. Athena would see the world destroyed if it meant she could find hers in the ruins. As for Eryctonios, he knows not what his wish would beget, a truth which you have hidden from him. Do you truly believe a father's role is to deceive and manipulate? My wish? You would claim the name Hephaestus and call yourself his father, yet you bind his mind and body in dark chains. Your word and your pride ring hollow. Athena wanted her son by her side, and he desires to return there. What wickedness is there in mending a broken family? Athena cared not for Erichtonios, beyond how he could serve her ends. You claim to be acting in his interest, but 'tis plain you are no different. That means it's La Habrea's real name, by the way. As I ushered Athena to her end, I vowed that my sole mission in life would be to guide this star true. In service to that vow, I silenced the whispers of my heart. I could not nurture a son whilst the entire world looked to me for guidance. For that choice, I bear the responsibility. Yet he is still my son, and I'll not suffer you seduce him with false hope. You, who are not but the bitter dregs of Athena and I, the very worst of us. Mother, no, then who, how do I... Come back to us. I hear you. I owe you and Themis an apology. Athena, did you ever? And La Habrea, I will have my say. Yeah! He did it! How? His might was mine! I can't explain. Shizuka's words reached to me through the haze. They rang loud and clear, as did the words of another, in a voice much like yours, but resounding with truth. How? When did you master these bonds? Oh, we've interred much worse. You worthless, you arg! It appears my failures have borne fruit after all. You did well, son. That is pretty pog. Where are we? With Hephaestus' essence contained in this crystal, we may return Hertonios above. That he would bind Hephaestus with only half his senses intact. You quite understand his adeptness in the art of internment. It was hardly what I had in mind, but a feat deserving of praise nonetheless. I feel no trace of Hephaestus' poison in your mind. For a blessing, it appears your body is none the worse for wear. I made my way here as soon as I could. I no longer sense Hephaestus, and the forest assailing Pandemonium's barriers has ceased. Are we rid of him for good and all? Oh, no, we're not. Oh. I see. Despite his muddled senses, Erictonios felt that to seal Hephaestus away was the proper course. It wasn't so noble as that. I only knew something had to be done, so I acted. La Habrea, was that how you dealt with Hephaestus in the past? Indeed, he was naught but the parts of my memory and soul that I had cut away, a mass of Aether without a material vessel. Storing his essence within a crystal was the most logical choice. On that matter, I believe the time has come for you to share the rest of your tale, of Hephaestus' creation and Athena's end. I heard your words, but only vaguely, as if from under the surface of a deep pool. My mother wished to use me? I would hear the whole truth. I want to know what happened here, and what drove Athena to act as she did. I'm ready. Oh god, here we go. Athena's brilliance outshone us all. Even the other members of the Words of La Habrea were as children in comparison. So dedicated to research was she that it was not unheard of for her that it was not unheard of for her to forget meals or even sleep. Her mind was ever grasping for knowledge, and it was in this endless search that she became obsessed with uncovering the secrets of life. You see, while we can create life in various forms, the means of creating a soul are beyond our ken. Similarly, though, we can enhance our physical vessels. We have ever been bound to them. Athena's purpose was to shatter these limitations. Such limitations as we were not meant to surpass. She sought to enter the realm of the gods. Scarce few had the ability to comprehend what a task entails, let alone the courage to attempt it. For most, the thought would be an idle fancy considered once and then discarded. Not so for Athena. As leader of the Words of La Habrea, I spoke with her often about transcending our being. From an academic perspective, the challenge has plagued countless researchers through the ages. It was during these musings that I began to formulate a theory, a means by which a person could meld with a creation. The weaknesses of one would be mitigated by the strengths of the other, and the result could be something greater than we have ever imagined. Although it was but a theory, Athena insisted I developed it further, curious about every detail along the way. Our conversations became more frequent, and our platonic relationship grew into something more. I take it I was born not soon after. Just so. I believe she bore true affection for me and was blind to her hidden intentions. When Pandemonium was built and she requested to lead the researchers, I saw no reason to deny her. Even setting aside a relationship, her accomplishments as a scholar made her the obvious choice. However, in giving her Pandemonium, I also gave her free rein to conduct whatsoever experiments she could devise. And when you found out what she was doing, you killed her. I made haste to Pandemonium the moment I learned of these hidden chambers. I left Agdistis to keep watch from Tartarus's vestibule as I ventured deeper, knowing not what would await me. As for what occurred next, 'tis best to see with your own eyes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that me? You are well aware that out of respect for our neighbors in Elpis, the researchers of Pandemonium are not to be masked. Yet you stand before me with your face covered. What petty defiance is this? What indeed? So quick you are to rebuke me, though you yourself have not set foot in these halls since their inception. You must know that you could not conceal this from myself and Agdistis forever. As well you know I cannot allow it to continue. I say this but once. Release Erictonios, else I shall have no choice but to strike you down. I would meet my end at the hands of none other. However, ere my time has come, I will have you know the why of it. Then you will not desist. Once you understand what has driven me this far, you shall see that stopping was never an option. The feeling of one weighs little against the needs of the entire star. The time has come and so have I. No! Of course, of that I am well aware, but you did not deign to descend from your lofty height simply to lecture me as you would a child. You have an interest in my motivations. What possessed Athena, peerless researcher and mother to the son of the great La Habrea, to embark upon the path to her downfall? History will demand an answer. But it is you who deserves one. Give me your hand. Impossible. You bonded your souls? A. That the boundaries between us would cease to be. She offered me everything, to be understood. I found myself unable to refuse. At that moment, my mind was a storm of questions, yet one roared the loudest. Did Athena ever truly love me? I am become thee, memory and mind. And I thee. Soul bonding! Can you feel it? My heart. All that I am. Yes, as if it were my own. Don't you hate when you soul bond with the mother of your child and it turns out she's fucking insane? A fathomless desire to hold on, 1 second. Okay. To dissect the mysteries of life, to transcend our mortal flesh and bleed into a higher plane of existence. An unquenchable thirst to knowledge, not a single thought spared for another, for the star. How disappointing. Yet what is known cannot be unknown. You have beheld my life's work. Try as you might to excise the memory, the seed of desire remains, and when it takes root, you too shall be consumed by the selfsame fervor. I will dig it out. I will dispense with the corruption in my soul ere your rotten insight spreads. 'Twas my weakness that let this wickedness fester, but never again. Today I cast aside fickle emotion and abide in duty alone. Today I renounce all that I was, and live only as La Habrea. Wow, that's so cool. Thus did I forsake the part of myself that had been polluted by Athena, sealing it within a crystal. Never did I think I would one day face those memories made flesh. Forgive my bluntness, but your actions bordered on insanity. To go such lengths to escape your memories, you nearly rewrote your very existence. Rest assured, the change did not go unnoticed by our colleagues in the convocation. Ingornum and Semet Selk in particular made plain the suspicions they harbored. As they should have, that you escaped with your life was nothing short of a miracle. Why didn't you destroy the crystal then and there? Did you think to one day make use of the knowledge it contained? I will not deny such considerations played into my decision, but my main motivation was fear. I had never attempted such a feat before. The crystal was my sole recourse should something go awry with the remainder of my soul. In hindsight, to cling to it was a mistake born of doubt. Athena must have anticipated that I would resort to such measures, and prepared a vessel beforehand that would accept the dredges of my soul. Hephaestus doubtless believed he was performing his duty as a husband and father should. Yet in truth, he was but a puppet being pulled to and fro by Athena's desires. His goal was not to raise himself high. He thought only of seeing his dear Athena live again, that she might finish what she began. Yet for all of that, he and I were alike. We yet shared a fatal flaw, you see. Our need for control blinded us to other perspectives. While I was enthralled to Hephaestus, you called out to me, "What say you now? Does La Habrea speak true?" Yes, and now it's your turn to do the same. I just want to know one thing. Did you truly believe that hiding the truth was the best for me? Even knowing how I felt about my mother? The La Habrea I know had a fatal flaw after all. I'm still not convinced. I have said all that I can say. Now it is for you to choose to believe me or not. The La Habrea I know holds duty above all else. I would sooner prostrate myself before an erupting volcano than place my fickle emotions in his path. When you return to the surface, you'll doubtless don that mask once more. So before we climb out of this forsaken pit, I suppose I should say, thank you, Hephaestus. No, I'm crying. The fucking Medion theme got me. I've heard enough. There is more I would yet discuss, but we should first return to Pandaemonium's gates. I'll gather my thoughts on the way. I owe you an apology, Shizuka. It was due to my own experience that Hephaestus was so easily to take hold of my mind. I also owe you thanks. If you and Themis hadn't chose to brave the chaos occurring in Pandaemonium, then I would have never known La Hebrea's story, my father's story. 'Twas a tale I too was fascinated to hear. I very much look forward to speaking with Hazem upon my return. I cannot help but wonder how much of this she foresaw. I am afraid I cannot allow that, Elidibus. So long as you retain control of Pandaemonium, there is work to be done. How long is this DLC? Oh, this is the end of it right now. That was the last one we did. And it's not really necessarily DLC. Like, I mean, I guess it is. It's just new content. But of course, I shall first free the remaining warders and restore this place to its former glory. Using the facilities in Tartaros, we should be able to reverse the changes made to their bodies and minds. I shall stay behind to oversee the process. Endwalker itself is very long. Yeah. That is well, but I must yet learn why I was considered the key to Hephaestus' experiment and how he intended to revive Athena. Such questions are best left unanswered. In fact, I forbid the pursuit of that knowledge. The boundary between man and creation shall never again be crossed. And I intend to destroy the crystal containing Hephaestus' essence, so that the mistake never again repeats. I see no reason to gainsay your judgment. There is the matter yet of your crystal, however. Truth be told, I had not considered its origin until I saw the one containing Hephaestus' Aether. I was struck by how wholly different they were. There is another? While imbuing a crystal with memories is a simple process, storing a message, a warning even, would be something altogether more complex. That means someone besides the present company, and Azem, was aware of the plot unfolding within the Pandaemonium. Then why would they not make themselves known even now? No threats remain. Perhaps it was one of the other warders. We shall question them after they are freed. That task may take some time, a resource I'd rather not steal more of from you. Return at your leisure, and we shall share our results then. You've done more than enough for the time being. I am of the same mind. Leave the loose ends to us and continue upon your journey, or if you are so inclined, take a much-needed repose. This talk of journeys smacks of Azem. As well it should. She has pledged to keep moving until she has seen every corner of the world. If you do find yourself with a spare moment, you might bring that crystal of yours to La Hebrea. He may be able to offer further insight. Until then, my friend. We've got another Waga no Tomoyo. How did you like it? Really good. Oh god. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, trouble on the horizons. You can't do that. Why is it that whenever danger visits the world, you are never far behind? Oh, hi, sir. And you too, Professor Claudian's assistant, I take it? Daddy Elf, as you're right before me, I take it you are involved in this. I would thank you to furnish me with an explanation. Are we just gonna end it here? Okay. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm not reading these anymore. No, let me finish the cutscenes, mister. Let me finish. Okay. Okay. Also, I'm gonna end stream because I'm freaking tired. That was a long stream. It almost went on for 4 hours. So, I wanted to thank everybody for coming. If you were here for a little bit, a lot of it, the whole stream, or you just popped in at the end, thank you so much for coming. It really means a lot to me. Also, feel free to join my Discord, because that's usually where I'm most active. Let me see if I can actually get a link to post in chat. I don't really use my Twitter anymore, because I'm lazy, and I post on my art stuff generally. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming. Endymius and John, thank you so much. Yeah, feel free to join. Alright, I'm gonna go eat some dinner now. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye!